Welcome to our channel. This is why you need to understand the new business normal. The business world is changing. Companies are realizing that ethical behavior is not just good for the soul, it's good for business. Consumers are more informed than ever. They are demanding transparency and responsibility from the companies they support. This shift in expectations has brought business ethics to the forefront. Gone are the days when businesses could operate in secrecy, prioritizing profits above all else. Today's consumers hold companies accountable for their actions. They want to see fairness, honesty, and a commitment to ethical conduct. Businesses are recognizing this shift and adapting to this new reality. This new business environment demands a strong ethical foundation. Companies are realizing that ethical behavior is not just a moral imperative, it's a business imperative. Ethical businesses are better positioned to attract and retain customers, employees, and investors. They are more resilient in the face of crises and scandals. In today's interconnected world, business ethics is no longer optional. It's the new normal. What exactly do we mean by business ethics? Put simply, business ethics is the application of ethical principles and values to business practices. It's about making responsible decisions that consider the impact on all stakeholders. This includes employees, customers, suppliers, investors, the community, and the environment. Ethical decision-making involves going beyond legal requirements. It's about doing the right thing, even when it's difficult or when no one is watching. It's about creating a company culture where everyone is committed to acting with integrity. This commitment to ethical behavior should be embedded in a company's mission, values, and everyday operations. Business ethics is not about following a set of rigid rules. It's about fostering a culture of ethical awareness and decision-making. This means providing employees with the tools and training to identify and address ethical dilemmas. It also means creating a safe space for employees to raise concerns without fear of retaliation. Why is business ethics so important in today's business environment? The answer is simple. Ethical behavior is good for business. Numerous studies have shown a strong correlation between ethical conduct and business performance. Companies with a strong ethical foundation tend to outperform their competitors in the long run. Ethical businesses build trust with their stakeholders. Customers are more likely to patronize companies they perceive as ethical and trustworthy. Employees are more engaged and productive when they believe in the company's values. Investors are more likely to invest in companies with a proven track record of ethical behavior. Moreover, ethical businesses are better equipped to navigate crises and scandals. When ethical lapses occur, companies with a strong ethical foundation are more likely to respond effectively and rebuild trust. They have established protocols for addressing ethical violations and are committed to transparency and accountability. Several key principles underpin ethical business practices. These principles serve as guiding posts for ethical decision-making and contribute to a culture of integrity within an organization. Honesty forms the bedrock of any ethical business practice. It involves being truthful and transparent in all business dealings, whether with customers, employees, or stakeholders. This includes providing accurate information, honoring commitments, and admitting mistakes. Accountability means taking responsibility for one's actions and decisions. In an ethical business environment, individuals and the organization as a whole are accountable for their impact on stakeholders. This involves acknowledging mistakes, implementing corrective actions, and learning from past experiences. Transparency involves openly communicating information about the company's operations, decisions, and performance to stakeholders. This includes being upfront about potential conflicts of interest, disclosing relevant financial information, and providing clear and accessible channels for communication. Embracing ethical business practices offers a multitude of benefits, enhancing a company's reputation and contributing to its long-term success. Ethical businesses build trust with their customers. Customers are more likely to remain loyal to companies they perceive as ethical and trustworthy, leading to repeat business and positive word-of-mouth referrals. Employees are more engaged and productive when they work for companies that align with their values. Ethical companies foster a positive work environment where employees feel respected and valued, reducing turnover and increasing job satisfaction. Ethical companies are more attractive to top talent. Job seekers are increasingly seeking out companies with strong ethical reputations, recognizing the importance of aligning themselves with organizations that share their values. Ethical businesses are better positioned for long-term success by building trust with stakeholders, fostering employee loyalty, and attracting top talent. Ethical companies create a sustainable business model that can weather economic downturns and industry challenges. Maintaining ethical conduct in a business environment is not without its challenges. Companies often face ethical dilemmas, situations where there is no clear-cut right or wrong answer. These dilemmas can arise from conflicting interests, pressure to meet performance goals, or a lack of clear ethical guidelines. One of the most common challenges is balancing competing stakeholder interests. For example, a company might face a situation where maximizing profits could negatively impact the environment or the well-being of its employees. In such cases, ethical decision-making requires carefully weighing the potential consequences of each option and choosing the course of action that aligns with the company's values. Another challenge is dealing with ethical lapses within the organization. Despite best efforts, ethical violations can occur. The true test of a company's ethical commitment lies in how it responds to such situations. Transparency, accountability, and a commitment to learning from mistakes are crucial for maintaining trust and integrity. Creating an ethical culture requires a proactive and multifaceted approach. It's not enough to simply have a code of ethics. It needs to be embedded in the DNA of the organization. Leadership commitment is paramount. Leaders must set the tone by demonstrating ethical behavior in their own actions and decisions. They need to communicate the importance of ethics consistently and hold themselves and others accountable for upholding ethical standards. A comprehensive code of ethics serves as a guide for ethical conduct. It should outline the company's values, principles, and expectations for ethical behavior. The code should be easily accessible to all employees and regularly reviewed and updated to reflect evolving business practices and ethical considerations. Regular ethics training is essential for equipping employees with the knowledge and skills to identify and address ethical dilemmas. Training should be tailored to different roles and responsibilities within the organization and provide practical guidance on applying ethical principles to real-world situations. Fostering open communication is crucial for creating a culture where employees feel comfortable raising ethical concerns without fear of retaliation. This includes establishing clear channels for reporting ethical violations and ensuring that all concerns are taken seriously and investigated thoroughly. Ethical leadership is not merely a desirable trait. It's a fundamental requirement for fostering an ethical organizational culture. Leaders play a pivotal role in shaping the ethical landscape of their companies. Their actions, decisions, and behaviors set the tone for the entire organization. Leaders who prioritize ethical conduct demonstrate their commitment to integrity through their own actions. They act as role models, showcasing the behaviors they expect from their employees. This involves consistently making ethical decisions, even when faced with difficult choices or pressure to prioritize profits over principles. Furthermore, ethical leaders empower their employees to make ethical decisions. They create an environment where employees feel comfortable speaking up about ethical concerns without fear of retaliation. They provide the necessary resources and support for employees to navigate ethical dilemmas and make ethical choices. Establishing metrics for measuring ethical success is crucial for ensuring accountability and driving continuous improvement. Just as companies track financial performance, they should also monitor their ethical performance. This involves establishing clear indicators of ethical conduct and regularly assessing progress. One approach is to conduct regular ethics audits. These audits can involve reviewing company policies and procedures, conducting employee surveys, and analyzing data related to ethical violations. The findings from these audits can help identify areas where ethical safeguards are strong and areas where improvements are needed. Another important aspect of measuring ethical success is gathering employee feedback. Employee surveys and focus groups can provide valuable insights into the perceived ethical climate within the organization. This feedback can help identify blind spots, assess the effectiveness of ethics programs, and guide future initiatives. In today's rapidly evolving business landscape, Characterized by heightened transparency and stakeholder expectations, ethical conduct is no longer a mere option, but a fundamental requirement for sustainable business success. Companies that prioritize ethical behavior are not only doing the right thing, but are also reaping tangible benefits. By weaving ethical principles into the very fabric of their operations, businesses can cultivate a culture of integrity, build trust with their stakeholders, and enhance their reputation. This, in turn, leads to increased customer loyalty, improved employee morale, and a stronger competitive advantage. Ultimately, embracing ethical business practices is not just about avoiding scandals or complying with regulations. It's about building a better future for businesses and society as a whole. When companies operate with integrity, they create a ripple effect that extends far beyond their own walls, contributing to a more ethical and sustainable world. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your thoughts on business ethics in the comments below. See you next time.